For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akirijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
A very good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai. Good morning to you, Ayo. Let's get it started with the event that captivated the entirety of Lagos this weekend, and that has to be the E1 GP. If they can actually help us, of course, Team Brazil picking up their first ever win in this in the season. And looking at it closely, Team Brazil themselves have actually done so much this time around, beating the likes of Team Blue Rising and, more importantly, Team Didier Drogba to this particular crown. Of course, Blue Rising coming in second and Team Didier Drogba coming in third. And it was quite the race, of course, from the qualifying to the runoffs, and finally the final race. Team Brazil decided, Team Hansen and Hagen actually combining to actually bring this one in. Kudos to them, I must actually say. And this is the first amongst many. It was one race that's exhilarated fans and those that actually came to watch. I know, Rufai, I was told that you were there at some point to actually witness this happen, but the champagnes were actually flowing, and it was a reprieve, because of course usually these are not sports we get to see around the circuit here in Nigeria, but this will open doors and open new frontiers for sports like this to come to Lagos State, and more importantly Nigeria. Away from that, they've been eager to do this. Of course, the Premier League actually came in, but we'll start with Chelsea. Rufai, Chelsea had a game to remember, and that man, Estavio, was the one that nailed the coffin for a Liverpool side that have been wobbling and fumbling this season after having a brisk start, 7 wins on the trot. Right now, they cannot seem to win a game to save their life. All right, 3 losses on the bounce, established. And let's get into the Premier League right now, because quite a lot of history were actually made. First of all, Bukayo Saka, let's start it off from that particular point. 100 goals contribution for himself and for the Gunners in his career. And when you look at it, as you press it further, you get to see that he's one of the youngest to have actually done that. The likes of Thierry Henry and some other Cesc Fabregas also in the mix. You can actually see the youngest to actually do that. Kudos to him, I must actually say. As you press it even further, Erling Haaland, the freak of nature, some would like to call him, is banging goals with reckless abandon. 18 goals right now in 11 matches in the English Premier League this year alone. Says it all. Says it all. Precedent even further. Pep Guardiola right now has become the man with the fewest matches to get to 250 wins. You look at what has he actually done, and the Pantheons of Grace is standing beside Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, David Moyes. You cannot just take it away from him. Some are even touting him to be the greatest manager in the English Premier League. I don't think so. He's one of the greatest, but not arguably the greatest. Okay, precedent even further than that. Of course, you can actually see how the table actually stands as of today. Ayo, Arsenal are on the summit once more.
Excellent.
And I must say kudos to Arsenal, kudos to all they've actually done. Their resilience over the weekend, 2-0 against West Ham United, the London Derby, and that massive 3 points. And they are top of the table right now. Liverpool amongst the chasing pack, Spurs, Bournemouth, Manchester City, and Crystal Palace making it into the top 6. Now, away from the Premier League, now let's actually get into the La Liga. And people are beginning to ask questions of Barcelona and their high line. Is it suitable, as their former player Alexis Sanchez delivered a deadly blow and helped his team at the Ramos Sanchez Pizjuan to a massive victory. Sevilla 4, Barcelona 1 was how it actually ended. And with Real Madrid winning right now, you look at the table, the La Liga table, the Spanish Primera Division, the gap is beginning to open up. As you can see, Barcelona are second right now, and Villarreal third, Real Betis fourth. But top of the totem pole are the Los Merengues, Real Madrid, as we speak. Bringing it down home quickly, as we try to wrap things up, bringing it down to the Nigeria Premier Football League. And over the course of the weekend at the Lagos Salami Stadium in Ibadan, Awansu team decided to actually rise to the occasion and beat Plateau United 1-0 was how we actually ended. And away from that, when you look at the table itself, okay, some other results that actually came in, the likes of Rangers being held to a goalless draw by Casino United, Eimba Hard-fought draw rather, against Rivers United, goalless in Aba, Niger Tornadoes, and against Cool Khalifa, another one. And quickly, before we actually wrap it up, some big news that actually came in last week, and we must say congratulations, because one man, Amaju Melvin Pinnick, has returned back to FIFA. We said this, Rufai, we spoke about this, and we told her that something was in the works. And right now, he is the vice chairman of the men's football competition for another 4 years, and kudos to him. So he's going to be one of the main people putting together the 2026 FIFA World Cup in USA, Mexico and Canada. Aisha Falode has also gotten into the media committee of FIFA, and Ayu Mustafa has also been brought back into FIFA. So kudos to all these gentlemen for what they've done, and as it stands, Nigeria is back on the map in football.
Good for Amaju Pinnick. Congratulations. There shall be appropriate implications. And kudos to Team Brazil. You know, they use the cultural connection between Brazil and Lagos to win. Because Tammy had not won a race in 2025 season. But, you know, the spirits of I was talking about the Darochas, the Da Silvas, the Fanti spirits. We gave Tammy of Team Brazil the victory. Lagos not the carry last.